Comfort Inn of Pittsburgh offers a cozy, welcoming room with free internet access. Enjoy the indoor pool area year-round and wake up to a complimentary breakfast every morning. When staying at the Comfort Inn, you can feel at ease knowing that your satisfaction is the most important thing to us.
Colby, Eddie Lomchek with KKOW Radio. Talk about the defense overall through the 2 games.
Well, we've shown a lot of great signs and a lot of immaturity. You know, it's kind of a little bit of both right now. I don't think we put a full game together yet, honestly. I mean, there's been some drives where we've played incredible defense, and there's been some drives where we've lost focus and haven't played up to our ability. So this week we're just kind of focusing on playing fast, playing hard, and I think we played hard. We played real hard each game, but you know, we've just missed a couple assignments here and there, and it's kind of bit us a little bit. Some penalties last week killed us. So I'm really looking to put forth, you know, a team effort here where we put, you know, we don't miss assignments, we don't miss tackles, we don't kill ourselves with penalties, stuff like that, and I think we'll be all right.
For you, your senior year, are you telling yourself anything different knowing this is your last football season?
Well, one thing I've noticed is I don't really care about score as long as we win nowadays. You know, I mean, it's kind of just win in advance. In our league, it's you lose once, you're flirting with not making the playoffs. So, you know, it's just find a way to win every game. No matter who it's against, who you're playing, it doesn't matter. Just find a way to win. That's my approach to it.
You took over about middle of last year when Tyler was hurt as a returning starter. How do you see your role on this team?
Well, I gotta lead better. I gotta be a little more vocal as a senior. I gotta know my assignments and execute them every time. You know, we've got a lot of great young players here, and a lot of them are stepping up big for us right now. So, you know, it's not like I have to do more than I would last year, but you know, it's a leadership role that I have to step into and do effectively.
Your D-line, you've played a lot of guys up there. As a linebacker, what difference does that make when that group in front of you can stay fresh through their rotation?
It's a big deal for them to stay fresh because, you know, we play off of them. Wherever they feel, we feel opposite a lot of times. And it's good when they can eat up some extra blockers so that we can stay free and go make tackles. Yeah, they've done a good job so far. We're going to need them again Saturday with a big offensive line and some big blockers, big bodies. So yeah, we're pretty deep in that position right now. They just got to keep stepping in and making plays, and we'll be fine.
Colby, you said you don't worry about the score this year. That kind of implies you used to worry about the score?
Well, I mean, yeah, sometimes you kind of get caught up in scores and stats and stuff like that, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter at all. Winning's all that matters. We want to win in advance, win this conference by beating everybody, and next stop is Washburn this weekend.
Colby, how much of these early games are used to just focus on little things to clean some things up as you get deeper into the season?
Well, early on, we find where our weaknesses are, things we need to work on. And again, it's just staying focused throughout the game. That's what I've noticed so far. Missing a couple assignments on our own. You know, we got to stay within ourselves, stop worrying what other people do, and know that our defense is built to stop anything that other people throw at us as long as we do our assignments and play fast. So, yeah.
Any significance for you as a senior playing Washburn this weekend for the last time?
Yeah, I haven't started against Washburn yet, so it should be fun. They bring a big challenge because they're huge. They got some huge linemen. It's always fun for a little guy to play against the big guys, you know, and it's a big challenge for us. So, you know, I like playing against downhill running teams. It's usually a lot funner than trying to find out where the ball is in a passing team. So it should be a fun game this weekend. Yeah.
How was last weekend for you personally? Were there any emotions for your little walk or anything like that?
Oh yeah, Gorilla Walk was a lot of fun. You know, I got many of these left, to be honest with you. So you got to take advantage of it when you get it and make every moment count. Yeah, it was emotional, but you gotta turn the switch, and once you get out there, just start focusing and playing the way you can.
Is it a big thing to you to go from the underclassman who's asking questions to being the guy that people come to you to answer their questions now?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm always there to answer questions and everything, but I ask questions too. You know, I'm always trying to learn and try to be a better player, so I'm always in Weimer's ear and Coach Ross' ear trying to know what are we thinking here, what are we going to do next, what's the new thing. So, I mean, football's a learning game. It's always changing. And, I mean, you can't ever get to a point where you don't want to improve yourself as a player. So, I'm always trying to learn.
Bo, Eddie Lomchek with KKOW Radio. How do you feel with the offense overall after 2 games?
I feel really good. I'm really confident in our offense. I love the system we're running, and I love the players that we got out there on the field. And I think we can be, very efficient and put points on the board.
It's a young offensive line. You're one of 4 sophomores starting. How do you feel about the progress of that group?
We're progressing really well. We're all really close friends, and so that brotherhood is there. We've lived together, we've sweated together, we've done everything together, and I think that plays a huge part in being successful.
How different is it for you this year being a returning starter and the only returning starter in that group? How different is it compared to last year?
Last year I had 4 seniors beside me, so they knew what was going on, and if I ever had a question, I could just ask them. And now the roles have reversed. If they have a question, they come to me. But they don't have very many because they're, like I said, very smart and know what's going on.
Bo, speaking of role reversals, so far in 2 games, you guys have run the ball 98 times and passed it 40 times, completely opposite from last year. How has that change affected you guys?
It hasn't really affected us. We just run the plays that are called and trust what Coach Rampy calls, and we just try to make it happen.
Is run blocking easier?
Yes, sir, I think so. You just get to go off the ball and go hit someone.
How do you feel about the quarterback situation before the season? There were 3 applying for the job. Seems like they've been settled down pretty well here. What do you think about the quarterback situation from your perspective?
I trust all of our quarterbacks. Whoever's put in there, I think, can get the job done. John has done a tremendous job so far this season. But like I said, I have faith in all of our quarterbacks.
But was it different blocking for any particular running back? I mean, you guys have power backs, speed backs. Is there any difference, I guess, just how quick you guys need to open up holes or anything like that?
No, I mean, our running backs, they find the holes that we make, and if there isn't any, they'll make their own holes, whether bouncing outside or just pressing the line of scrimmage.
When you have a quarterback that has a propensity to take off if nothing's open, how much longer do you guys, I guess, just have to hold your blocks out just to make sure that you guys open up for something after the play?
We just try to give him as much time as we can. That's our goal. He never gets hit. Our main goal is he never leaves the pocket, but obviously sometimes that doesn't happen. And, we just try to keep him off the ground.
Were there any nerves last week with the first home game for the young guys or even the older guys?
Yeah, a little bit. It's the first time starting. We have the left guard, Gavin, has started on defense. But come to offense, a little bit different animal. But, we all took it in stride and did a great job.
What's the difference between this environment and then just any other team on the road that you've noticed?
This one here, you get to play in front of 11,000, 12,000 fans, which nowhere else even comes close to that. We went to Northeastern and we had more fans than they did, and just start having that what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word I'm trying to say something, but I can't. Just having that fan base is just awesome. It's just good to have. They have our backs, and we're just going to try and put on a show.
Any concerns against Washburn this weekend?
They are big, but we're up for that challenge. Our coaches have said all week, they're big, they're physical, and they're going to try to out-physical you. And we're up for that challenge, and we're going to prove that we're going to be the more physical team.
What's got to go right offensively for you guys to see you take a win out?
We got to win the line of scrimmage. We got to move them somehow, some way, get them off the line of scrimmage and let our backs, do what they do best.
Last week it was Levi with those 2 pump blocks making big plays. Is it just going to come down to 1 or 2 guys that makes a big play like that every game for you, or is it just going to be steady push offensively, or what's going to go?
It's a team game, so it's going to take all 11 guys on offense, defense, and special teams to win a football game.
From the Joplin Globe, I want to look back at last week's game. 14-14 ball game, early second quarter, 4th and 1 inside the 1 yard line, and your quarterback standing at the 5 yard line. Any thoughts at all of putting them in the center in the short yardage situation?
Oh, there's a few thoughts of that, and people, sometimes when it's really, really short, will jump in and go to quarterback sneak. We've never been real good at that, and I obviously don't know how to coach it because we had Neil Philpott and we still couldn't quarterback sneak with him. So we're probably going to stay in the shotgun most of the time. There may be a time somewhere down the road where we'll get underneath center, but it all worked out, so everything's good.
What do you look for from Washburn this week?
We're looking at big, physical, and strong on both sides of the ball. Big in the linebackers, big safeties, and that's kind of the main thing. They're going to try to run the ball right at us and see how we handle it, and hopefully we can be efficient on defense and try to get them in second and long as much as possible.
Coach, last week the tide really turned after your defense got that first, forcing them to punt for the first time. How key is that moving forward to this week, just having that 3 and out or whatever it is, you get your offense back to get a chance to get the lead?
Well, there were several things that happened early in the game, and that were really important as all that went. And offense answering after they scored twice was really important. Finally forcing them to punt and being able to get pressure and block the punt was really a big deal for us, because their punter was, had averaged over 50 yards a week before. So he was really going to change field possession. And so it was really good job on our, punt block team to go get that one. And then even the second one, they went with a different punter, went with Connor Harris, our linebacker, and he's left-footed, and he ended up putting one out of bounds, not very long punt, so it made an effect on that as well. And then we were able to get the third one again, so that was big in the game.
Talk about, a lot of times it's forgotten, but just talk about 3 phases of the game. How, as well as your offense and your defense play, that special teams can be game-changing at any time.
Absolutely, and that's something we talk about all the time, and hopefully our kids can see it firsthand now what a difference it made, and it was really exciting during the game, and our crowd was extremely loud when we blocked those 2 punts.
Can you practice the punt block live in practice?
Yeah, we do some. We do it more early in the year than we do now, but now they've kind of been through that drill, so now they mainly just need to understand what gaps we're going to attack and how we're going to go about it each week.
Coach, 2 weeks in now, you've had a chance to see everybody play now. What's working well for you and what's not?
Well, I think Coach Weimer said it. We need to be more consistent on defense. We at times can bend but not break, and that's okay. You just don't want to give up big plays. We gave up one big play, and then we gave up one 97-yard drive for a touchdown too. So those are tough. We just got to be more consistent on defense, and obviously we got to cut down on penalties. We had way too many penalties last week, and most all of those can be fixed. Some of them are aggressive, being physical and aggressive penalties. That's going to happen every once in a while. We can handle that, but we're not real excited about the stupid penalties that we had, so we got to get better at that.
Coach, with Washburn having big guys up the line, what's going to go right for you this week for you guys to come out the victors?
For our defense, it's getting off blocks. We got to be able to get off blocks, because we can't let them grab a hold of us and then move us where they want to move us. That's it for us defensively. Offensively, a couple of big defensive ends that are physical and big guys on the inside, and we've got to be able to get some movement on them. We got to get them moving somewhere so we can create some creases for our backs.
You're down to standing room only tickets for this weekend's game. It's a packed house. That big of a difference really for you guys? Do the players notice it when it's at capacity?
Yeah, I think they do. I think I think the atmosphere is extremely exciting. The walk last week was good, and then And then when we get in here, a lot of them stay in the parking lot till the very end, and that's okay. Once the game starts, they're in there and they're hollering and cheering and ready to go. And it just makes for a really nice setting for college football. So, hey, what else is there to do on Saturday night? You might as well come out and hang out with the Gorillas.
You guys are averaging 440 yards per game so far. How is that going to match up against a huge Washburn defense? They're second in the league, so.
Yeah, it's going to be a great challenge for us, and that's the thing. We need to continue to be as efficient offensively as we've been, and we're not too worried about stats and yards and who's carrying it and who's getting the catches and those types of things. We're just worried about being efficient, going down and putting points on the board.
Coach, Washburn has shown a high propensity to be effective in the red zone. How important is that for you guys defensively to try to keep them out of that?
Well, that's a goal. That's a goal every week, both offensively and defensively. We've got to be good in the red zone, and we were really good last week offensively. We've got to get better defensively, and every team every week poses their own problems in the red zone. So. It's a very important area, obviously, and Washburn blocked 2 field goals against Lindenwood, which was a big deal in that game, and so we've got to be good in all phases.
I know you talked about it a little bit on Sunday, but how have you seen John's progression through these first 2 games? Are you still looking to run a page in there as well?
John's just really done well. I keep saying it, but he's really just kind of letting the game come to him. He's not pressing. He's following his reads, and he's going to miss a couple every now and then, and that's going to happen. But his progressions on his routes have been good, and so up to this point, he's really playing well.
The Holiday Inn Express of Pittsburgh has flexible meeting spaces, complimentary internet access, a free hot breakfast bar in the morning, and an indoor pool that the whole family will enjoy. Come book a room at the newest hotel in Pittsburgh, the Holiday Inn Express.